In this video, I'm gonna show you how to using Spring Form Select, and because this select form Spring Form Select tag is different from HTML. It has added a lot of extra functionality there, so I'm gonna show you one by one. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add another association with the customer, with the country. I'm gonna have a country here, country class domain, and which is a very simple one, which has a string ID and have a private string name. How about that? And I also have the getter setters. Okay. That's for the country. Then I'm gonna add an association, which in my customer private country, okay, private country, and a customer has one country. So when we add a customer, we have to select their country. And again, I have to have the getter setters for this field. Okay, getter setters for the country, and that's it. That's a change in my customer and the country, these two domain object. Next part I'm gonna do the change is inside my customer form. Okay, in my customer form, I want to populate the country list. The first, so in order to populate here, you have to have at least have something, the collection inside your controller, right? So I'm gonna change on this get mapping method. I will show you 3 different ways how to do that. The first way is add a comment here. Okay, first way is a list. Okay, so I create a list. Okay, and I'm gonna using a string. Our 2 of them is string, yes, no problem. String called the country list, okay, equals arrays dot as list. I'm gonna give United States, okay. It's called United States? I think it's United States, right? And China, let's using one more. Well, what's the country? Vietnam. Is it the correct one? If it's not correct, sorry. Okay. My bad English. Okay. So I'm gonna have another one. I have to put in the request scope, right? So I have to have a model, and then I'm gonna have. Let me move a little bit here. Model dot add attribute. Here I will change using country list. Okay, the value is the country list. And now I have to render on the server side, right? I have to render on render on the JSP. How to do that? Suppose here is P. Select your country. Okay. And here you're using form select path. I don't want to create a formatter, so I will bind to country dot ID. Okay, because if I directly bind this one to the country, I have to create a formatter. I don't want to do that. And Spring support for nested relationship, so I'm gonna bind that value to country dot ID. Okay, that's what I'm doing here. So I don't want to create a I don't want to create a formatter. And that's it. That's it for the list. Okay, and now let's run and see what's gonna happen. Okay, I'm gonna change a little bit to the exploited version and run in debug mode. Oh, something is wrong. Not here exactly. I have to do something. I forgot. Okay. Anyway, I'll show you. It doesn't work. I forgot one step. Okay, I forgot one step. Okay, so I have path to bind. Then you have to have items, which is to retrieve this country list. That's the correct one. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, and everything is done. Let me refresh, see if I have to restart the application. Okay, unfortunately seems doesn't work the debug mode. Then I'm gonna stop and then restart the application. Okay, let me switch to the Chrome, and let's see the surprise. Okay, see now you will see selected country and all the values are populated. And let me inspect the resource and show you. Okay, and this is too small. Let me make it larger. Okay. In the JSP, what you wrote is a form select path, right? It will render like this way. It will convert your our Spring form tag to be a regular HTML form, and the ID is the same as the path. The name is the same as the path, and you can see if you give a list, okay, list of string. That's what I will give. Then we are using the list to value is the item in the list. The label is also the item in the list. See here, we in the collection of list we only has 3 countries, right? They will use the values both for the value in the option and the label in the option. That's using list. Now let me show you how to using map. I have to switch back to IntelliJ. Okay, so this is the first way, which is the list. Okay, now let me go back to change using a map. Okay, second way is map. Okay, map. Okay, so now I have a map. Key is a string, value is a string. Okay, country map. Enter equals new hashi map. Okay, and I'm gonna using country map dot put key. Suppose I put key is US, and now is United States, right? Country map dot put China is I think it's CN. I think it's CN. Oh my god, I'm really bad on those things. Okay, country map dot put. Oh my god, I don't know the Vietnam. Let me how about I just using VT? Can you forgive me? VT. Sorry, I really don't know. I think it has Vietnam. It should be like this way, right? Yeah, I think it's Vietnam like this way. Yeah, Vietnam. Okay, and then I put this one in the attribute. I don't know other countries. I can spell Eritrea and Ethiopia, but it's very long. Anyway, I will using country map, and then here I will using the country map. Okay. Okay, and now let's go back to change our JSP. Oh my god, the only thing if you are using map is to change this one to using the map. Okay, let me comment. Okay, so you can have a reference. This is for the list, and for the map we're using this one. This should be the country map. Okay, country map. Very good. Now let me stop and restart. Oh my god, it's getting late today. I think hopefully I can finish before 10. I don't want to go longer. Okay, so now the application is up. I'm gonna switch to the Chrome to show you everything works. So here you will see 3 countries, okay? And let me show you the difference. Inspect. Do you see a difference here? So when you use a map, okay, Spring gonna using the key of the map as the value for the option. This is the map's key, and it's gonna using the value, map's value as a label here. That's the difference between list and the map. List, since it only has one value, so it's gonna using the value for the key, and so it's gonna using the listed each element using for the value and the label. But for the map, it's gonna using a key for the value here and using the value for the label. That's the map. So now let me show you the last one to using the select. Okay, let me switch back to the IntelliJ, and now let me do one more, which is here. I'm not using a map, I'm not using list. I'm gonna have a third one, is called list of country. Okay, sorry. In order to do that, I just had to populate. It's better in the real world. You have to go query database and grab all the countries from the tables, then just and then put it in the model. Okay. So first thing, I'm gonna go the country, then I'm gonna add a constructor. Okay, and I'm gonna add a default one, which is select now. Very good. And then let's go back to the controller. So I'm gonna have a list of the country, and then if you have a listed country, then what you're gonna do is country list. Okay, let me using country object list. Okay, equals arrays dot as list. Then here I create several, the ID, yes, US, the name, yes, United States. Okay, this is the object. I'm gonna call this constructor to set ID and name. Okay, so this is ID and this is name, and I have to using comma instead of semicolon. So let's do 3. And that's the power of IDE. I just copy and paste. In this case, I have a list of country. The same step you have to do is using model.add-attribute country object list. Okay, and then you're using country object list. And next, you have to change the GSP now. Okay, and how to do in GSP? This is a map. Okay, here using from select pass, I will bind to country.id. Okay, and for the items, still the same thing. You're gonna grab this one. This is a key. Okay, and now you have to decide remember we have option, right? Option has a value and has a label. Then here you have decided in the country which attribute or which field should be used for the value and which field in the country object should be used for the label. Okay, so it has a label. I'm gonna using country name, which means, what is this name? This name, it means you're gonna using country object name field as a label, okay? And goes back to the GSP, and I'm gonna using item value is ID. What does this one means? Which means you using country ID field as option. You have a value, okay? The value for the ID value for the value attribute in the option that tag, okay? So now after I'm done this one, let me show you the code. Let me run it again and show you, okay? Run it and run. You will see exactly same as the country map because the way I set. But after that, I'm gonna reverse these two, then you will see the difference, okay? Now the application is up, and I'm gonna go back to our browser. Let me switch, okay? This tool I'm using OBS is not that good because every time if I switch to another application, I have to switch here. So in the here, and you can see everything is rendered, and when you inspect, you will see exactly same like what's the thing? You will see almost identical as a map. But when using a map, map as key, it's gonna have an order. When using map, it's gonna order your label. It's gonna have a China first, United States, and Vietnam. But when using the country, it will just how you placed in the collection. Okay, so you will see the values is ID values, and the label is the name for the country object. Now let me show you one more thing, okay? Let me switch. You probably get a better understanding. Switch back to IntelliJ, okay? In the IntelliJ, now what I'm gonna do is I just switch them. This one use name, and this one I'm gonna using ID. You will see the label you see on the page is USCNVT, and the value will be United States, China, and Vietnam. Right? Okay, it's up. Let me switch back to Chrome so you can see the difference. As I expected and told you, see, this is the ID I set for the country object, and when you inspect the element, and you will see the values is the name now, and the ID is the label. So that's the all the usage of Spring form select tag. And if you read and some articles online and know other ways to use this one, please let me know. And I'm sorry, I just remember another one. Okay, let me show you the last one. I'm sorry for that. Last one, really last one. Last one, sometimes you don't directly show the actual, you will show some default, like select a country, right? And how to do that? What you can do is Let me switch back to the IntelliJ. I just remember one. I don't want to make another video. Okay, so let me show you very quick. Okay, instead of doing this one, if you want to have a default value set, you can use in this one form select pass, still we are bind to country ID, and you have a form option, and you can give some values whatever you want to give. Okay, and then you can have a label. Please select a category. Okay, so you can have a default one, because in this way you don't have a default one. And you have form option value. This one I want to render all the countries, then you can give this thing. Okay, countries, and for the item label and item name is exactly the same. Okay, now let me run and show you the last case. Okay, run it. This video is getting long. Oh my god, it's getting bigger. Let me switch to the Chrome and show you. Chrome, yes. See here? Now you see a select drop down. Oh my god. Hey, what's the problem? Ah, I see the problem. I see the problem. Here it has a problem because there's a mistake I made inside the code. Okay, let me switch back and show you the problem. ID here and here. See here, I'm using option. You should using options. You should using form options. Form option is only for one value. Form options, it will render it. Okay. One more time. Okay, one more time. Seems correct. Let me switch back to the Chrome. See? It's correct now. What's going on? It's not form options? Did I do something wrong here? Let me check again, okay? You have form options items. Did I use? Oh, I'm sorry. Here I using value. Oh my god. When it's getting late, then my mind is not clear now. Okay, sorry. Here, it's not a value. You should be using items. Okay, you should be using item. Here it's not a value. You should be using items. It's not a value. It will automatically run the value. Oh my god, we have to go through it again. I want to end this video as soon as possible. And I don't want to start again, because if I start again, I have to rewrite everything again. That's kind of tiring. Okay, come on. Okay, seems correct this time, and let me hopefully, okay, finger cross. Okay. Goes back, and this is the page select. Oh my god, it works now. Okay, and you have a default one. You also have the list you populate or you send from the controller. So that's it for all the usage of Spring Form Select tag. And if you know others, please share with me. Thank you for watching this video, and see you next time.